Lesson 1, a private conversation. Last week I went to the theater. I had a very good seat. The play was very interesting. I did not enjoy it. A young man and a young woman were sitting behind me. They were talking loudly. I got very angry. I could not hear the actors. I turned around. I looked at the man and the woman angrily. They did not pay any attention. In the end, I could not bear it. I turned around again. I can't hear a word, I said angrily. It's none of your business, the young man said orderly. This is a private conversation. Lesson 2, breakfast or lunch. It was Sunday. I never get up early on Sundays. I sometimes stay in bed until lunchtime. Last Sunday, I got up very late. I looked out of the window. It was dark outside. What a day, I thought. It's raining again. Just then, the telephone rang. It was my Aunt Lucy. I've just arrived by train, she said. I'm coming to see you. But I'm still having breakfast, I said. What are you doing? She asked. I'm having breakfast. I repeated. Dear me, she said. Do you always get up so late? It's 1 o'clock. Lesson 3. Please send me a card. Postcards always spoil my holidays. Last summer, I went to Italy. I visited museums and sit in public gardens. A friendly waiter taught me a few words of Italian. Then he lent me a book. I read a few lines, but I did not understand a word. Every day I thought about postcards. My holiday passed quickly, but I did not send cards to my friends. On the last day, I made a big decision. I got up early and bought 37 cards. I spent a whole day in my room, but I did not write a single card. Lesson 4. An exciting trip. I had just received a letter from my brother Tim. He is in Australia. He has been there for 6 months. Tim is an engineer. He is working for a big firm and he has already visited a great number of different places in Australia. He has just bought an Australian car and has gone to Alice Springs, a small town in the center of Australia. He will soon visit Darwin. From there, he will fly to Perth. My brother has never been abroad before, so he is finding this trip very exciting. Lesson 5. No round numbers. Mr. James Scott has a garage in Sudbury, and he has just bought another garage in Pinehurst. Pinehurst is only 5 miles from Sudbury, but Mr. Scott cannot get a telephone for his new garage, so he has just bought 12 pigeons. Yesterday, a pigeon carried the first message from Pinehurst to Sudbury. The bird covered the distance in 3 minutes. Up to now, Mr. Scott has sent a great many requests for spare parts and other urgent messages from one garage in the other. In this way, he has begun his own private telephone service. Lesson 6. Percy Buttons. I have just moved to a house in Bridge Street. Yesterday, a beggar knocked at my door. He asked me for a meal and a glass of beer. In return for this, the beggar stood on his head and sang songs. I gave him a meal. He ate the food and drank the beer. Then he put a piece of cheese in his pocket and went away. Later, the neighbor told me about him. Everybody knows him. His name is Percy Buttons. He calls at every house in the street once a month and always asks for a meal and a glass of beer. Lesson 7. Too late. The plane was late and detectives were waiting at the airport all morning. They were expecting a valuable parcel of diamonds from South Africa. A few hours earlier, someone had told the police that thieves would try to steal the diamonds. When the plane arrived, some of the detectives were keeping guard at the door, while others were waiting at the airfield. Some detectives were waiting inside the main buildings, while others were waiting on the airfield. Two men took the parcel of the plane and carried it into the customs house. While two detectives were keeping guard at the door, two others opened the parcel. To their surprise, the precious parcel was full of stone and sand. Lesson 8: The best and the worst. John Sanders had the most beautiful garden in our town. Nearly everybody enters for the nicest garden competition each year, but John wins every time. Belfred's garden is larger than John's. Bill works harder than John's and grows more flowers and vegetables. But John's garden is more interesting. He has made a meat path and has built a wooden bridge over a pool. I like gardens too, but I do not like hard works. Every year I enter for the garden competition too, and I always win a little prize for the worst garden in the town. Lesson 9: A cold welcome. On Wednesday evening, we went to the town hall. It was the last day of the year, and a large crowd of people had gathered under the town hall clock. It was struck 12 in 20 minutes' time. 15 minutes passed, and then at 5 to 12, the clock stopped. The big minute hand did not move. We waited and waited, but nothing happened. Suddenly, someone shouted, "It's 2 minutes past 12. The clock has stopped." I looked at my watch. It was true. The big clock refused to welcome the new year. At that moment, everyone began to laugh and sing. Lesson 10: Not for jazz. We had an old musical instrument. It is called a clavichord. It was made in Germany in 1681. Our clavichord is kept in the living room. It has belonged to our family for a long time. The instrument was bought by my grandfather many years ago, but recently it was damaged by a visitor. She tried to play jazz on it. She struck the keys too hard and 2 of the strings were broken. My father was shocked. Now we are not allowed to touch it. It is being repaired by a friend of my father's. Lesson 11: One good turn deserves another. I was having dinner at the restaurant when Tony Steele came in. Tony works in a lawyer's office years ago, but he is now working at a bank. He gets a good salary, but he always borrows money from his friends and never pays it back. Tony saw me and came and sat at the same table. He has never borrowed any money from me. While he was eating, I asked him to lend me 20 pounds. To my surprise, he gave me the money immediately. I have never borrowed any money from you, Tony said, so now you can pay for my dinner. Lesson 12: Goodbye and good luck. Our neighbor, Captain Charles Allison, will set out from Portsmouth tomorrow. We will meet him at the harbor early in the morning. He will be in his small boat, Topsail. Topsail is a famous little boat. It has sailed across the Atlantic for many times. Captain Allison will set up at 8 o'clock, so we have plenty of time. We'll see his boat and then we'll say goodbye to him. He will be away for 2 months. We are very proud of him. He will take part in an important race across the Atlantic. Lesson 13: The Greenwood Boys. The Greenwood Boys are a group of pop singers. At present, they are visiting all parts of the country. They will be arriving here tomorrow, and most of the young people in the town will meet him at the harbor. They will be coming by train, and most of the young people in the town will meet him at the harbor. The Greenwood boys will be staying for 5 days, and during this time they will give fine performance. As usual, they will be singing at the workers' club. As usual, the police will have difficult time. They will be trying to keep order. It is always seen on these occasions. Lesson 14. Do you speak English? I had an amusing experience last year. After I had left a small village in the south of France, I drove on to the next town. On the way, a young man waved to me. I stopped and he asked me for a lift. After he had got into the car, I said good morning to him in French, and he replied in the same language. Apart from a few words, I did not know French at all. Neither of us spoke during the journey. I had nearly reached the town when the young man suddenly said, very slowly, "Do you speak English?" As I soon learned, he was English himself.